Students had to choose their housing for next school year through a lottery process. Coming up, why students are upset about the outcome.
Next, what student government is doing to make the campus safer.
And ahead, how some Hawk athletic teams battled the wind this weekend to come out with a win. We have those details and more.
Hello and welcome to QUTV News This Week. I'm Abigail Moore.
And I'm Quincy Feeney. A former QU student has filed a lawsuit against the university. Daniel Lozier filed a Title IX complaint last April. The university released an official statement regarding the suit. Quincy University strongly denies the allegations brought in the lawsuit and intends to vigorously defend itself. The university takes all allegations of inappropriate conduct seriously and is committed to complying with Title IX. The safety and well-being of our students are of the utmost importance. The next hearing is scheduled for April 11th.
Your housing choice for next year was based on luck of the draw. QU Residence Life held a housing lottery for the 2019-2020 school year. I braved the crowd and found out what students thought about the housing lottery process.
Dozens of students waited in the SSC for their number to be called. Getting the room they wanted was based on credits.
Each person has a certain number of credits for the classes they've taken, and so they're in different groups, and they had to draw a number, so everything is based on luck. And once you draw a number, you have to fill out an agreement online and then come here and just wait for you to see what is open once you get there.
Residence Life held an informational housing meeting days before the lottery, but that didn't lessen the stress for students.
It's been very confusing, hectic, and don't really know what's going on much. If you don't read the emails, you're clueless, and even with the emails, it's very hard to know what's going on.
Upperclassmen students were frustrated.
It's kind of BS because if you lived in the SLC before, the previous year, there's no guarantee that you will get the SLC again. And or if you lived in a house or something, there's no guarantee that you will get the house again. And I'm going to be a senior, so I feel like we should get first picks because we've been through the heat lines and the pads, we've been through the struggle, so.
Students think the process should be handled differently next year.
Once the students' numbers have been drawn, they come back to this room where they will choose their living assignments for the next school year. You can see along this wall there are papers taped up where each paper holds the hall number, the floor number, and the room number. Students are able to come in, choose their room based on the number that has been drawn. Right along the wall here is Padua Hall and Friars Hall, and these halls have yet to be touched by students. There are a few people, but not as much as the SLC, which is right behind me, which is over 70% full.
Everything is based on luck, so some people, obviously people who are number one will like it, but people who are 400 won't. So, and I don't know if that's fair or not. I'm not familiar how other schools do it, but even if this was still the case, I would rather do it online.
SGA is partnering with the city to make campus safer. The group wants to widen the crosswalks on Lind and 18th Street. They want to double the width of each crosswalk. This initiative comes after a student was hit and injured in 2012. They hope this helps students cross the street easier, but some students do not see an issue with crossing.
I feel like obviously it's for a reason that they're doing it. They have something going on, but at the same time I never had to really worry about it. Never really put any thought into it.
They plan to have this project done as soon as the weather permits.
The Office of Student Development is making the Student Achievement Awards a tradition. This year, the award show will be on Tuesday, April 30th in Pepsi Arena. The award show is by invite only. Students who are able to nominate their peers for an award. The board is now looking over the nominations. For more information, contact Johann St. John.
Multicultural Affairs and Rosie's Resistance have big plans for this week. They are hosting a Women in the Workplace series. These talks allow young women to get a feeling of what life will be like in their future careers. Last night was Women in Business. They had 4 professional women from the Quincy community. The women discussed their hardships and what they did to overcome adversity. Many of them felt their age put them at a bigger disadvantage. Their advice for women included find mentors, male and female, remain confident, and stand up for yourself. Wednesday's talk will be Women and Health and Wellness. It will be in the Hawk's Nest at 6 p.m.
QU will host a Science Family Fun Night on Friday, April 5th. The event will be at the Connie Neiman Center for Music. The event is free and open to the public. It will allow kids of all ages to try hands-on activities in the field of science, technology, engineering, and math. And for more information on the Science Family Fun Night, contact Dr. Kimberly Hale.
The QU Music program will perform a concert this Sunday at the County Neiman Center for Music. The concert is free and open to the public. Amy Stolberg will be conducting the performance. There will be a 50-50 raffle to help with the cost of their trip to Germany in May. For more information on the concert, contact Amy Stolberg at the number below. Up next, how you can earn a little extra cash.
And next, a look into how some healthy foods that might not be so healthy for you.
Our whole lives are focused around figuring out what we want to do. Here at Quincy University, we can help you find what you want to do. Just take a break and do what you love.
Finding your passion is easy at Quincy University. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's degree or looking to go even further, at QU, your professional and academic future is bright. 40 undergrad programs include moments that become experiences, connections that become careers, and relationships that become lifelong support. We want you here. That's why we work hard to ensure that a Quincy University education is affordable. Let us help you put together a plan. Visit discover.quincy.edu to get started.
Your art could earn you cash. Students have the chance to enter their work into the Student Art Show. The show will feature a variety of student artwork selected by art faculty. If your work is selected, you'll win a cash prize. The Gray Gallery will host the 2019 Student Art Exhibition the entire month of April. All art submissions are due to the Brenner Library by Friday, March 29th.
Will there finally be a winner tonight? The Powerball jackpot is a whopping $750 million. That makes it one of the highest the U.S. lottery has ever seen. If you take the cash option, you would go home with about $465.5 million. But with all the ticket buying going on today, that jackpot will likely go up. So, are you feeling lucky? The last time there was a Powerball winner was in late December.
How clean is the produce you are buying? Besides the ground and the soil it grew in, what else could be in there? In today's Health Minute, Meredith Wood tells you just how dirty some of your favorite fruits and veggies actually are.
Beware kale lovers. The leafy green has just joined an exclusive list that no vegetable wants to be on. Kale was named as one of the 12 fruits and vegetables with the most pesticide residues. For the last 15 years, the nonprofit, nonpartisan Environmental Working Group has ranked produce on pesticide contamination levels, specifically after that produce has been washed and peeled. This year's Dirty Dozen are strawberries, spinach, kale, nectarines, apples, grapes, peaches, cherries, pears, tomatoes, celery, and potatoes. In contrast, the produce with the least amount of pesticide residues make up the Clean 15. The top 3 on that list are avocados, sweet corn, and pineapples. Pesticides are any chemicals that are used to kill bugs, other plants, or rodents that harm produce. The rankings are based off of more than 40,000 fruit and vegetable samples tested by the Food and Drug Administration and the U.S. Department of Agriculture. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
A growing number of doctors want the government to tax sugary drinks to stop childhood obesity. Some organizations are asking lawmakers at all levels for new policies to help stop kids from drinking so much soda, sports drinks, and juice. Pediatricians say they're diagnosing type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, and high cholesterol in young patients. In addition to tax, they're asking for nutrition assistance programs, better labeling, and changes to children's menus. The American Beverage Association argues children are actually drinking less soda. It also says parents need to be the ones who decide what is best for their children.
A look into how the Mississippi is affecting area businesses.
And we're officially in spring, but why you might need a jacket this upcoming week.
Soccer is a physically demanding sport that often results in a tie. Student life comes with its own demands, and often it feels like the losses outnumber the wins. Sometimes you just need someone to listen. It's comforting to know our Quincy team extends beyond the field.
You have to make it your cue for you to do what you love.
Spring flooding could keep an agricultural necessity from getting to the farmers who will need it this spring. High water levels have shut down the lock and dam system on the Mississippi River from Muscatine south to Hannibal, Missouri, and that's essentially stopping the barges that carry fertilizer. That means you may feel the impact of the flooding there, even if you don't live near the river. This time of year, those barges typically bring fertilizer Iowa farmers need to start the planting season. With the river essentially closed for a while, that means that fertilizer has to find a different way to get there. That could mean delays in planting and higher costs, and that all gets passed on to you.
More than 23,000 homes are affected by flooding.
And joining us now from the Weather Center is Jessica Abrego.
Jessica, the temperatures have been rising, but it looks like they're all over the place. So if I were to walk out the door, what should I be prepared for?
Definitely be prepared for it if you're looking at today. Just have a light jacket because it's pretty breezy outside. But as we get into the rest of the week, be prepared to have an umbrella with you almost at all times throughout this upcoming week. We can head on over to the Weather Center and I can get a more in-depth look for you. We are experiencing a lot of rain, which with that comes flooding from the warming temperatures and a mixture of all the rain that we are starting to get. But as we get into this week, we are going to be having mostly rain, and then we will be having about 2 days with some nice sunshine. As we look at the Almac here for this today, we are looking at 65 for our temperature, but we have had all the way up into the 80s for warm temperatures. So I'm glad we are no longer down in the 20s for temperatures and that we are getting up there in the warmer temperatures. As we look at today, we are going to be having some pretty high wind gusts all the way up to 28 miles per hour. And as we get back down into this evening, we are going to be having a little bit of rain this evening along with some more wind. As we get into Thursday, we will be having some more wind along with rain. But as we look at the weekend forecast here, we are going to be seeing no sunshine, unfortunately, on Friday and Saturday, but we will be having more rain and all the way into the 50s, going a little bit low there. But Saturday we will be all the way down to 45, so definitely have an umbrella and a jacket with you this weekend. As we look at the temperatures for today, we will be all the way up into the 60s, and then as we get all the way down to midnight, we'll be back down into the 50s. So luckily we're not going to be getting too cool, and we're going to be staying right there in the 60s and a little bit low there in the 50s. As we get into the 3-day forecast, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we will be having rain, but luckily just in time for our choir concert on Sunday, we are going to be having some sun. As we look at our 7-day forecast here, we are going to be seeing sun for 2 days, and then you're definitely going to need your umbrella the rest of those days. So I'm happy that we're getting into those nice warm temperatures. Unfortunately, we're going to be having some rain with that, but I will take rain over snow or ice or sleet any day. So, I mean, have your umbrellas with you, but at least you're not going to need to bundle up in a giant winter jacket anymore.
Right, I've enjoyed having my windows open in the house the past few days, but I don't know if I'll do that with the rain. And I'm assuming more rain means more flooding, especially for us by the river.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you for the update.
You are welcome.
Don't miss what QU baseball did to preserve its 5-game win streak last weekend.
And how the men's and women's tennis teams secured their first sweep of the conference season.
College shouldn't be as hard as understanding fine art. Use the resources here at Quincy University. We're here to help.
Finding your passion is easy at Quincy University. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's degree or looking to go even further, at QU, your professional and academic future is bright. 40 undergrad programs include moments that become experiences, connections that become careers, and relationships that become lifelong support. We want you here. That's why we work hard to ensure that a Quincy University education is affordable. Let us help you put together a plan. Visit discover.quincy.edu to get started.
There's finally some good weather for the golf team to get out to the greens.
That is so true. And there were some nukes in the softball game this past weekend.
Definitely, and we're going to talk about all of that. But first, I want to talk about the baseball team. They had a 5-0 week after winning 2 games over number 12 nationally ranked Illinois Springfield, and they swept GLVC foe UMSL. And it was junior first baseman Michael Nielsen that helped the 10th-ranked Hawks at the time complete the weekend sweep of UMSL with a pair of home runs on the weekend. Let's go check it out in the final game. QU and UMSL were tied 4-4, and the pitch, it's hit high and deep and gone to right field. Michael Nielsen hits a home run in the bottom of the 8th. QU powers on to a 9-4 victory. After that, QU finished the 3-game set with Springfield yesterday. They fell at QU Stadium 13-8. The Hawks are now 18-5 and 10-2 in GLVC play. The men's volleyball team fell to Ohio State in straight sets Saturday night, 25-12, 25-17, and 25-20. Brendan Estrada had 10 kills and Adam Rogan had 23 assists. QU is now 5-18 and 0-10 in MIVA play and return home Friday to take on Purdue Fort Wayne. Men's and women's golf teams played Tuesday. Men's golf played at Missouri Bluffs Golf Club and finished 20th with a team score of 988. Nick Messenger led QU. He had a final score of 234. The woman placed 12th in the UCM Invitational, and freshman Hannah McGuire led the way for QU with a score of 162, tied for 18th overall in the Invitational. The QU softball team was on the road at number 20 ranked Indianapolis and Lewis last weekend. On the first day, Audrey Herman and Caitlin Grazza hit home runs to earn the split over the ranked Greyhounds. They lost 7-4 before bouncing back 5-4 in Game 2. On Sunday, QU dropped a pitcher's duel 2-1, but came back in the second game with an 8-5 victory to salvage a split. Let's go check out what happened. They trailed 4-2. Caitlin Grazza hits it in the left field. A misplay by the left fielder allows Walsh and Kernich to score for QU. And QU seems to be in business with the game tied. Betnorf hits it back to the pitcher, hit off her glove. Betnorf gets to first. Grazza comes and scores, and that brings up one of their best hitters. Morgan Heckman hits a deep one to center field, and that put the game wide open. 7-4 lead. It capped the scoring for the 5-run fifth inning. The Hawks now 11-13, 3-5 in GLVC play. They play today a doubleheader against Lincoln out at QU Softball Stadium. The men's and women's tennis programs won their GLVC opener over Truman State last Saturday afternoon. The men swept the Bulldogs 7-0, while the women collected a 6-1 victory. Freshman Brendan Everhart won in comeback fashion during his singles 6-7, and then he won 7-5 and 10-6 the next two sets. And for the woman, Abby Moore did not lose a set with a 6-0 victory to round off singles action yesterday. Men's tennis team fell to the number 4 ranked team in the West Regional, UC San Diego, 7-0. So they're now 6-7, and the woman 6-6. So Abby, congrats, going 6-0, 6-0 on both your sets. You know, that's all I have for sports, but I had to add that in there.
Thank you, and great job in baseball this weekend. That's really nice. That's awesome. Up next, find out what new service Apple is releasing soon.
My name's Carl Hirsch. I'm a senior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I'm studying criminal justice here at Quincy University. I was pitching down in Florida, and all of a sudden a coach came up to me. 2 days later, I flew up here for the visit, and by the end of that week, I had my school picked out. I started playing baseball when I was about 3 or 4 years old, kind of the same age everybody usually does. And as we got older, from the age of about 7 or 8, I played with the same exact team for the most part until we were about 15 or 16, and we all went our separate ways to high school. Come May, I'm going to be looking to apply with the Fort Lauderdale Police Department. I've gotten a good taste of it here through the internship I have through the university with Quincy Police Department. And it definitely wouldn't be possible and wouldn't be in this good of a situation without Quincy University.
College shouldn't be as hard as understanding fine art. Use the resources here at Quincy University. We're here to help.
Apple is trying out something very different. They're joining a crowded video streaming market. At a star-studded event on Monday, the tech giant announced Apple TV Plus.
One place to easily discover shows you'll love from over 150 streaming apps across your iPhone, iPad, and Apple TV 4K.
This service includes original shows and content from A-listers, and you pay only for the channels that you want. Apple competes with Netflix and Amazon Video. You know, I don't think the service is too bad of an idea. You know, you pay for so many channels, and I know I only use like too. I only watch HGTV and Hallmark Channel, so I don't really need anything else.
Come on now. I mean, that's just going to be a waste of time. I mean, who needs another streaming service? I'm not going to watch Apple TV. Come on now. Time is money.
You know, as long as I can watch The Voice, American Idol, and Criminal Minds with a nice box of Peeps on the couch, I'm
There you go.
good to go.
It's very low maintenance.
I know.
That's, you know what, you can't ask for better. Living the life there. Well, who knows, this could maybe be the potential takeover of Netflix and Amazon. Well, thank you for joining us on QUTV News This Week. For Jessica and Will, I'm Quincy Feeney.
And I'm Abigail Moore. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and YouTube for all of your latest updates. We'll see you next Wednesday.